Is a very good topic for research study. As Mint was mentioning, actually, I think durian is a very big IP for Malaysia. A lot of tourists, when they come to Malaysia, the first thing they want to ask is, where can I get durian? So actually, there's a lot of fun facts to be shared as well. We've been sharing durian knowledge for almost 10 years now, all through Asia, in Hong Kong, China, in Singapore, Malaysia of course, Macau, and some other places as well. So we've been sharing to over 60,000 people for our course. We call master class, which I'll go through a little bit of it. It's very interesting because actually when we do the sharing, especially in Singapore, a lot of people told us that, oh, I've been eating durian all my life. I don't need to go to a class, you know. Okay, hope there's no Singaporeans here. But actually, after they've taken our courses, they will find it actually there's a lot to learn about durian. Okay, so we've been having a durian university in Laos for many years, for 5 years. It's been covered by TVB and CCTV from China, and quite a few international TV networks. That is a one-day course, which we share knowledge again, with including the farm visit and a master class. We'll be opening another campus in Sadan in UPM, end of December. There'll be another site, our research study site for durian, that will be opened in December. Okay, so basically our syllabus includes 3 modules, namely from the farmer's perspective. We'll talk about what kind of land should we look for, what kind of soil we look for, insecticide, fertilizer. Not so technical, but it's a 1-hour course. Each module is 1 hour. The second module is actually from the consumer's perspective, which I'll go through a little bit of it later to share some interesting facts about durian. The third module is from the entrepreneur's perspective. Interesting enough, a lot of people actually are interested to learn about the durian business. For example, whether it's profitable to be a durian farmer. Actually, do you think it's a very profitable thing to do as a durian farmer?
Possible. Possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
You think it's profitable mostly? Or
Depends.
Depends, yeah. As a matter of fact, it's not so easy to be a durian farmer. From what we know, almost 90% of the durian farmers, they do not make good money. Only 10% they make real profit. It's not easy. So next time don't complain you're a durian farmer that is selling too expensive. Okay? So anyway, I like to go through some of the facts. Actually, this is some slides from our master class. I'll just go through a few of them. Okay, first of all, these are our characters. Derek is our main character, Bella is his sister, and Man is actually the mango. We have 7 characters, our own IP. We have our own musical. Actually, we have our own musical in Singapore. We just did it for RWC, for the luxurious cruise. And we've been performing in Singapore for over a year now, this musical. So we have 7 characters. These are 2 of them. And of course, here, my lucky charm. This is Super B, the superhero. Derek will turn into a superhero in the musical. And this is a bad guy. He's a dragon fruit. His name is Dragon. Okay? So this is our story. And then the master class is actually based on a story about a tour to Thailand. But this is only some of it, part of it, but we'll go through it. So anyway, when they go, yeah, actually they're going for a trip to Bangkok in the story, and then they passed through a durian cellar. They found a guest looking for durian and don't know how to choose your durian. Okay, so basically we say use 3 S's, which is squeeze. Does anybody know why we want to squeeze it? Or no? No? Okay. What are you looking for when you squeeze the durian? Okay. Basically, when you squeeze the durian, right, you want it to be firm, not too hard, but firm. You don't want it to be loose. If it's loose, that means it's not fresh. It's been like it's fallen from the tree. Okay. Anyway, I hope everyone knows that our durian from Malaysia is naturally fall from the tree. Unlike the Thai durian, they actually pluck it when they are about 70% ripe. This is the main difference between Malaysia durian and Thai durian. Okay. So the first one is to squeeze. So you want to make sure it's firm, not so loose, not so hard. So that is the perfect durian. The second one is to shake. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the durian seller shake the durian. Ma'am, do you know why? What are they looking for?
Looking for sound.
Sound, yeah. What kind of sound are they looking for?
Not sound.
Oh, wow, this is a durian expert right here. Okay, so when there's knock sound, what does it mean?
It's ready to eat.
Yeah, ready to eat, right. Actually, that's already separated from the white part. So actually, it's ready to eat. Then of course, again, our durian mostly, except D24, if you have heard of D24, right? Sometimes it's sanfansu, which still hard. Because our durian, all our durian actually naturally fall from a tree. Only when they are ripe enough, they'll fall. Otherwise, they won't. But only D24, there are instances that actually is not ripe enough, but it still falls. So basically, our durians are mostly ripe enough to eat. The third one is to smell. I don't know if you have seen this, but some of our customers, they like to do this. Don't. This is very dangerous. What happens if they just, it hurt your nose? So you want to look professional, as in the picture. What we do is we usually do a shape like this to protect our nose and to actually smell it. This is not a real durian, don't worry. It's a fake durian. So when you smell the good smell, that means actually it's good to eat. So basically, okay, one thing very important to remember, never do this again, okay? This looks very unprofessional. So squeeze, shake, and smell. This is the three S's to choose the good durian. Okay? The next thing is, I want to share, okay, actually the mango was wondering how they grow up to be such a nice fruit. So Derek and Bella is explaining to mango their growth cycle. Okay, usually day one, eye. They will turn into flower, but they look like crab eye. I believe in Malay it's katam, right? Katam something. Katam eye. Katam eye. Around day 25 to 30, we call it lollipop. They become like 50, they start to blossom. Believe me, the durian flower actually is comparable to the sakura in Japan. It's very, very beautiful. It's cream in color and smell really sweet. Actually, we are going to launch a fragrance, a durian flower fragrance very soon. A crossover with a perfume brand with our own durian flower fragrance, home fragrance. It smells very good and it's very romantic. Okay? And then to 50 to 60 days, it becomes matchstick. Okay? Like this. About 60 or 70 days, they will turn into little durians like this. Maybe after the talk, you can actually go over to that table to look at our small durians. We call it like baby durians like this. We call this product Durian BB forever. That means actually our guests could take this home as a souvenir when they visit Malaysia. So this is actually real durian. Each of them are unique, and it's a nature's gift. Can you guess actually how many of these little durians will hang on the tree, like before they become the big durian that we can eat? Guess any number. I'm talking about like a mature tree, maybe 10-year tree. How many of these little guys? Okay, don't worry, we didn't pluck them. They will naturally fall from the tree. But before they fall, guess how many there are usually on one tree? Any number?
1,000.
1,000, very good. And sir?
Maybe 500.
500, okay. Ma'am? Any number?
500.
Okay, actually it could be up to 10,000.
Wow.
10,000. So usually when they grow into big guys, the big durians like that, is about 150 to 200 on a mature tree. So it's about less than 2%. 98% they sacrifice. So your durian, when you taste your durian next time, please treasure the very 2%. It's very hard to get for the durian. So this is a growth cycle. So it takes about 120 days, 4 months, from the prep eye to a full-grown durian. Depending on the cultivar, for example, Musan King could be a little bit longer, Blackthorn a little bit even longer than Musan King as well. So this is the growth cycle of durian. Hope you find it interesting. Okay, so when they actually, the whole story is that when they go to Bangkok, suddenly 4 guys with glasses come out and then try to do some research on them. These 4 guys are actually from Singapore. So what is the common ancestor cow? Actually, it looks like durian, right? But don't ask me how they found it 65 million years ago, not 60 million years ago. I don't know. But anyway, they found that 65 million years ago, durian shared the common ancestors, cacao. Okay, durian is a very interesting food or fruit. It has a lot of taste profile. Someone could taste milk, nuts, like, sorry?
Wine.
What? White?
Wine.
Wine, okay,
Fermented.
wine.
Fermented.
Yeah, because it's fermented. And many different profile. But actually, you know what? One of the taste profiles is actually chocolate. There's a cultivar called D144 from Sabah. We call it chocolate. Actually, we make a lot of names of the durian for the government, and they adopted the name we use for them. So D144, when you were in Sabah, try this. This actually, the aftertaste really tastes like chocolate. So this is the first. Currently, cotton share the closest DNA to durian, cotton plants. Okay. So the third one is number of genes. I know. Does anybody know how many pair of genes does durian have? 6,000 pairs of genes. So these professors always jokingly say that you see, durians are actually more sophisticated than mankind.
Whoa.
By double. Okay? So now you know these 3 facts. You can tell your friends now after this class. Okay? So also we see some very interesting durian. Have anyone seen this, the red durian?
Yeah.
They're mostly from Sabah. And this mini durian, we call San Mao Lin, from a very deep in the forest. This kind of durian mostly come from Sabah. And has anyone ever tried D160? So if you ask a durian, sorry? Blackthorn. Okay, most of the time you won't find them saying Blackthorn or Musan King. Okay, Blackthorn is a newer durian as D200, and basically the taste profile is a bit sweet, and it's famous because it was in China they sold it for 3,000 RMB a few years back. But basically, Blackthorn is not a very sophisticated durian. It's mostly sweet in profile. Musan King, on the other hand, is sophisticated. Actually, Musan King has got the most number of DNA in the research. But Musan King we call it lacks character. Because actually, most Musan King taste almost the same. I mean, good Musan King, they taste almost the same. But there are 2 kinds of durian that if you ask the durian farmer or durian traders what kind they like, most probably they'll tell you Tikka and D24. D24 used to be, if some of you are old enough, you know that before Musan King, actually D24 was the king. D24 has got a very sophisticated profile as well, but Tikka in particular, first of all, Tikkas are the most hated durian by the durian farmers. Why? Because it's the hardest to open. It's really hard to open. I remember when we did the party in Hong Kong to open, And it's very interesting. Out of all the 230 plus kind of durians we have in Malaysia, by the way, our registered number is up to 232 now in Malaysia. This registration number is actually by the Agriculture Department, but it doesn't mean that we have 232 cultivars, because a lot of them has been lost, some of them double counted. The most commonly found durian is only about like 60 to 70 kinds now in Malaysia. All of these little yellow teeth inside. Out of all the cultivars, only 2 kinds of durians have this little character. It's tikka and blackthorn. Blackthorn is not so prominent, it doesn't look so like, you can easily spot it when it's a tikka. Tikka is very special because it's got a kind of a flowery taste. From what I know, all my durian farmer or durian trader friends, I think this is the most popular durian. Unfortunately, because a lot of people see that Musan King can sell for more, but actually it's not true now, because tikka is got very scarce, so the price of tikka has gone up a lot, and good tikka is hard to find. So later, if you're interested, you can come to our shop. We have very good tikka. We have a farm that is like 30-year-old tree, which is very rare now, because a lot of people, they cut their tikka to grow the Musan King. Okay, this is sorry for some advertising time. I just want to give you some idea about our company. So our company is Durian BB. We have currently in KL we have 2 flagships. One in Inbi, next to TRX. That is a 10,000 square feet flagship. And then we have a Jalan Sodan. We have a 4,000 square feet another flagship in Jalan Sodan. We also have a Central Market, Tugu Negara, and then soon to be open in Sadang as well. Just now I mentioned, which we will do our research study in that location there in Sadang. It's with a 30-acre durian farm there, which will be open in December. Okay, so Durian BB in short is actually DBB. This is our core value as well. So the first D is actually deliver happiness. We always say we never sell durian, although we do sell a lot of durians every day, but we always say we do not sell durian. We deliver happiness. So we always say that when a customer comes into our door, if he doesn't have a big smile on his face, we'll shut the door, we won't let him go. So we always deliver happiness. Okay? The second B is be creative. Hope you find the things we are doing is creative. We actually created the durian platter, which you might have seen. It was 4 different pulps with a little flag on it. Of course, now a lot of people copy us, but we invented it 10 years ago. It's still a bestseller. So our guests can taste 4 or 5 different pulps at one go without opening 5 durians. And then we have a little game that they can scan the QR code, and then there will be a guide. They'll be guided through on their phone in English, Malay, and Chinese. So when a guest buy a platter, they scan the QR code. There will be a guide on their phone to lead them through the taste profile of each and character of each and every durian. At the end, it also tells you like what kind of durian you like, and in the future, what other durian you should try. Okay, the third B is actually how we get our name from. Durian BB is actually Durian Baby. Sorry, some of them might not know, but Durian BB actually means Durian Baby. A lot of our friends in the industry like to call themselves Durian King, Durian Queen, Durian Prince. They're all royalties. But we think there's a lot to learn in this industry. This industry is only about 10 years old. I mean, before that, durian industry meaning selling durian on the street side. You know, in the recent 10 years, our industry has grown a lot. There's a lot of products, a lot of different new things in the industry. So that's why the third B is actually be humble. We want to be like a baby and be humble and to learn every day. I'm sure today we'll learn a lot from Mint about the research study, and I'm sure from you guys as well. So the third B is actually be humble. There you go, deliver happiness, be creative, and be humble. That is our core value. Okay. Sorry, I missed a couple of slides, but it's just